Hello, everybody. I'm very pleased here today to be with Stella. Hello, Stella. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thrilled to be here.
Stella, you conduct a very smart company that calls Reframe.work, and you are co-author of many books, and you are a specialist about the future of work and the well-being. Can you speak about that?
Absolutely. I think the future of work has been here for a very long time. We have seen signals and we have seen different trends emerging, but pandemic has accelerated many of them. And we are in a very exciting place from HR practitioners' perspective because we have been propelled to the front line of transformation. Finally, the world of work and organizations are realizing the importance of workers and how much um, the organizational survival is dependent on the workers' ability to be productive, um, uh, to have mental stability, to have access to resources they need so they can produce what they're expected to do. So I feel the world of humans at work is finally here, and technology and scientific discoveries and analytics are all there to help us make better decisions to improve the worker experience for everyone.
Thank you. And according to you, how in the States you can measure the well-being and the care management? What kind of KPI, key indicator, key performance indicator do you have? How company held this topic about well-being and care management?
Absolutely. So when you think about analytics and measurements and KPIs, it's helpful to not put them all into one and think that there is one perfect indicator that will answer all your questions, right? We need to differentiate between organizational level indicators and how the organization performs. You need to think about HR program indicators and how effective and impactful they are. And then think about the worker experience, what it's like to be a worker day in and day out. So if we are to look at well-being from these three perspectives, right, we can start with worker well-being, and you can ask through surveys and find out what the perception of their well-being at work is. So that's direct, active indicators of the worker well-being. You can also look at proxy data such as utilization of your employee assistance program, utilization of your benefits offerings, of different well-being offerings, and does that give you more insights on the type of need and care people are using, and whether you do have certain areas that require intervention. You can also look at the team level experience. Do you see through the network data certain patterns in how great performing team interact versus those that are less performing teams? So that'll give you an idea of the well-being as a team. If you look at the HR program effectiveness, right? If we deploy a new well-being program, does that have an impact? Do you get the attainment of certain goals that the program itself set up originally? If you're looking at the organizational well-being, are your financial indicators attained? Are your customer satisfaction goals attained? So you can look at the outcomes from organizational perspective, because there's always a linkage to the worker well-being. Because if the individuals may not feel well, or they may not be prepared, or they may not have the right resources, they will not be able to deliver on the expected outcomes to the customers. So it's a little bit more complex, but nevertheless, I think there are multiple data points that we can tap into to make a better decision on how well we are doing as a company.
Thank you very much, Stella, for all this insight. And to conclude, you can propose three main points. First, it's very important to have an holistic point of view of well-being and care management, and you propose a grid about the individual, collective and organizational perspective. Secondly, it's very interesting to see that data analyze is very interesting to analyze the well-being and care management. And third, is very interesting to read your book because you give a lot of example, and it's interesting to see what happened in the US. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you.